All right, good morning, my neighbors. Sorry, I am so tardy. Had to run around and go all over the place taking care of the kids and all that stuff, so I'm a little behind, but we're gonna get right to it in a few. I just gotta tweak my audio a little bit. All right, boom, bring the volume down. All right, perfect. So yeah, we got a lot, we got a lot that we got to do. So let's go straight to the chart. So NQ, we might as well just go straight to our orb. I won't do any breakdown of what we're going to be looking for most part. Let me get rid of these drawings because I was back testing some stuff last night. All right, boom, boom, and boom. All right, so a couple of things. The market, it seems like we're starting to do this whole entire rejection. There's a couple people that are saying, is this a dead cat bounce? Is this one of those things where we just do not reach the higher highs and we start to really start to fail? I don't like when the news start talking about things because I just feel like it's a setup. So I would say be a little conscious of your bearish side. But it does look like whatever's happening here on the daily on NQ is just putting some real pressure because they're trying to get up into this area and at least test the highs, which was roughly about 2100. We almost got there, right? But the challenge at this point is where do we go from here? So what I'm going to be doing now, we're going to go ahead and set ourselves up for the orb, and then we'll get into the tickers in between. So I do apologize if you was waiting for the show at 9:15. I apologize for that long wait, but we're going to go ahead and get right to it. Let's see, 15 minutes. Here's our 15 minutes. So we're looking at something along the lines of, probably going to be bullish above here. And then we're going to be bearish somewhere around here. At least that's what established in the first 2 minutes of the market. Oh, actually, I do have to go in here and let people know I am online. I did not do that. Be live and grab it from studio. All right, there it is. And boom. Shareable link. Tardy to the party. All right. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and post and notify everybody there. For those that are in Tika, I do want to let y'all know there is a brand spanking new space where we kind of talk about some of the spreads in there. So I do suggest that y'all go and check that out. It's going to be really, really great. We're going to look at some of the things that I look forward in spreads. To kind of give you an idea, let me open up my cues. Grab this. So what I did yesterday, did I save it? I guess I did not save it. All right, so let me just bring Tika up. So yesterday I was looking at a spread, and this is the spread that I kind of announced in there. And basically 1 hour was kind of like attempting to push back up, but this was the chart that I kind of saw, so I was assuming that was going to push back down. We did get one more red candle, but then they kind of pushed this up. But by the end of the day, I was able to generate 160 bucks right there, so that was really, really, really good, and I am excited with that. So good 160 bucks. I can't really be mad at that, right? Especially if all I had to do is just park the money in something for a little bit. All right, so we got like about 9 minutes here. So let's go ahead and pull up the 8 grid and see what's going on in the market. So we got CL. This one right here is doing what could be a double bottom. This is a nice little pivot point right here. This could be it, especially with that March here, 3 green soldiers to the upside. A bit of a bullish divergence, right? We kind of had a lower, higher low here, but a lower low there. So that's probably what kind of triggered that. But that 50 EMA is a good question mark right there. Let's go to gold. Gold again consolidating. They have to assess or at least address, not assess, but address what is happening here. Like, is this fluff? Like, why did we not rebalance this area? So that's going to be interesting. And then silver has not got to that point yet. I want one good pop all the way up into here. And I think there's going to be a massive amount of sellers just waiting. And that's going to be the cascading effect that brings us all the way back down. And that will bring gold to maybe rebalance this area. So that's going to be fun. We're pushing up, but you can see the pullback. That's why the NQ kind of looks like this. And then look at ES. Wait a minute, pulling back, but this is not a green candle. So are we getting a little bit more detached away from the British pound again? Looks like it, because we're coming down on the dollar and the British pound is coming down with a long wick. So we're going to see what happens there. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of the 8 grid. Actually, you know what? Let me put back the 8 grid. I'm gonna move this chart. Let's move this chart because I'm probably going to trade futures with this one. And let me go ahead and redo my 15-minute levels over here. Get rid of these drawings. Boom. There it is. Here we are. So we'll see what happens there. What else is going on? Should we go through some tickers? I want to go through some tickers. All right, let me just get my bearings first because I did not log into my E-Trade. Let's get that out the way. That's what happens when you're out of routine. But we got the systems in place. We know what we're looking for. So we're not going to fight the market. We're going to play what is presented in front of us. Alright, internet's running a little bit slow. I wanted to kind of restart it. Okay. Telling me my password's wrong. Nah, I know this is my password. Don't tell me that. Alright. Get this going. Alright, so I'm logged into that one and I am logged into that one. Boom. Perfect. Let's get these things side by side. I didn't do this one. Side by side. And let's get this ball rolling with the proper account. Oh, I am in the proper account. Okay. Boom. And make sure. Okay. That is going to be interesting. So I kind of resetted myself. We're going to try to grow a small account again. Thought we did well with the month of August. We're going to park that, and then we're going to go ahead and flip that. And then we're going to start with another one. All right, we just made that low. We got one more minute until it's 40, and then we'll probably go check out some tickers. Let me get this in place. We're going to get ourselves ready for Qs. All right, so for the Qs, let's talk about some levels. Let's go to 2 hour. I'm curious what's the 2 hour looking like. Maybe 470, maybe 480, 478, somewhere on the upside. On the downside, probably gonna have to look back a bit. I really want to be greedy and get to like 464. I'm not gonna lie. That one, I saw this last night, and I was like, they might make a nice little beeline, because here's what I kind of saw on the 2 hour. I saw what kind of looked like a very ugly Head and Shoulders. Very ugly. Very ugly. But if this is our shoulder that we're talking about, downtrend, that probably going to look something along the lines of this, like that. So we're going to see what happens with that. Okay. All right, boom, boom, boom. Oh, they still making lower lows. They might not wait for the 15-minute orb. They might just bust this all the way down already. That was a nice little kick up right there, and then they went ahead and took those puts. And I thought about some things too. I was thinking about something on verticals. I was like, what if I went ahead and did something like a longer term vertical and see if I could take a position there and just have that insurance, that protection with it. Yeah, that's the fair value gap I think we're going after. Let me go ahead and highlight this here. Probably going to go right through there with no hesitation. That's probably what's going to end up happening. All right, let's come back over to the 15-minute. Let's run over to the tickers. No, I don't want to talk about XLV this time. Let's go back to my bullish. No, actually, let's go to the bear list. I want to go to the bear list. Here's CCJ. CCJ kind of looks like this. I think they came for the 50 EMA, and that's the rejection. Nice gap down. And I thought about it last night. I was like, damn, that would have been a nice spot to get a overnight put. BBWI, again, I think this is on that death cross. Let's see if this actually breaks that support. And then US Steel. They're trying to pick it back up, but I think this thing is probably going to make another leg lower. So we're going to see what happens. And then the bulls list, let's go with that one. MSTR. Now, here's the funny thing about the news, and this is why I get very apprehensive when I see things pop up in the news. Everybody was talking about Bitcoin, and there's a possibility it's going to break 70,000. Articles are going out. When I see articles like that happening, I'm like, okay, the market is probably playing with the retailers, and it's a time for me to just sit back and relax. So I don't like to play in that, and that's what happened with MSTR. And then PNC, I think the market is just pulling back just generally, and it's probably affecting the financial sector. And then Lowe's, I was looking at this for a possibility upside, and then I realized how far removed we are from the trend, and I said, let me just sit back and wait. So this one is probably going to pull back just to push back up. And look at that Starbucks. This thing is trying to make new highs with that new CEO in place. So maybe they finally consolidated their way into pushing it back up. I thought after dividends we was going to get a nice little dump, but it did not. I do want to see if they address this. We'll see. We will see. All right, let's get back over to NQ. It is almost done for that 15-minute, the first part of the 15-minute. Let's see how that works. Kind of looks like that's the dance. It kind of does. So, going back to what I was saying earlier, I was saying South Side, we're probably talking about this area here. So we're talking about 464, 465. So let's go ahead and lock that in for today. Nice bullish scalps are coming up. So 465. 465 if you're living dangerously. That's the best one, I would say, for the most part. Just be conscious of that position. Alright, save that. A little bit more consciously, maybe 468. No, let's go 469. 469 possibly. That's probably maybe. Say that. And then on the upside, I was talking about maybe coming back up and getting into that. I don't know, maybe break the trend. Let's focus on the trend. I would say breaking the trend, probably 480, 482. Let's see what 482 looks like. Ooh, yeah, a little far. 480. Ooh, crazy. This thing looks very bearish. Oh, we got our 15-minute locked in. We're going to need a 5-minute close below because it does look bearish. Let's see if we can get that. right, it liquidated those bulls that was just there. Get out the way. Oh, it's so tempting to just jump in right now. You already know how I am. Looks good, but I want to make sure that we get the close below. What did I say? I said 465. Gotta match this over here. Market and save. And this one is going to be 469. I think I said right. 469. Yep, 469. Market and save. And this is why you don't chase. And this, I'm looking now. I was talking to somebody earlier this week. Hey, what it do? What's going on? I was talking to someone earlier this week, and they were saying, well, what if it closes with the 1 minute below? Well, this is your 1 minute close below right here, right? So now a little bit of liquidation here. Maybe wait for things to reset. Maybe get your oscillators. Maybe get this above, and then you consider it. Like, there's gonna be some rules. So whatever your rules is, all I could say is you want rule-based trading. Do not do nothing because you feel like 1 minute is better than 5 minute. Me, mine's is just specific rules. I've already tested it. I like the 5 minute. I think it's cool. You do miss out on some opportunities. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. 700 ticks. I like to hear that. You probably took it from that top side. I'm getting myself set up right now. I'm just waiting for that orb to play out. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. We don't need that watch list no more. We're going to be focusing on NQ now. Let me go ahead and side by side this. Nope, I'm not going to change that. Oh, nice. 6 a.m. Okay. Hey. Sometimes those London sessions and overnight sessions can give some good momentum to a certain direction. All right. Waiting for this 5 minute to break down. Actually, you know what? I need to mark out the fair value gap on this one. Let me put that on this chart too. Because we could get, when we get close to this, I will not be surprised that there'll be a bounce, right? Because there's going to be some bulls that's going to be like, hey, look, we ain't trying to fill this fair value gap. And plus, NVIDIA earnings is, I want to say the 29th. Actually, let's go look at NVIDIA real quick. NVIDIA earnings is coming up soon, so this probably is going to be one that everybody's anticipating. 28. And at the after hours, so this is probably where they're gonna have to wait to see, or they brought us down here really low, so people that already knows what the biggest earnings is going to be, that this thing is already rocketing at a very key level that they feel like a lot of supporters can protect them. So very interesting here. Oh, they already liquidating the bears. Look at that. That's why you wait for that 5 minute to break below. All right, so that was that south side, and then the north side I suggested 480 and 480. Jeez, if that thing does a 480, you're talking about. Let me give y'all what's that equivalent to. You're talking about 480 would bring us to this high on that candle there. So you're talking about somewhere around 19,800. That's about a 300-point rise to the upside that it potentially could get up there, right? But yeah, but 480 is this one's gonna be a little bit tricky in itself. But if it actually pans out, this thing probably could do something nuts. Probably would say the safer side is probably, or because IV probably would have to flip like a trend break or something. Maybe 477. Maybe that. Maybe we aim for something like that. Let's say save that. So I said 480. And then 477 on the call side. So we got a couple of targets here and there. But right now we're going to probably battle with this orb. I can imagine some bears are really uncomfortable with it being down this much. They probably starting to take some of their profits. We've been running to this downside ever since August 22nd on the 1 hour, and it's pushing almost a week, right? A couple more days, we'll probably do a week. So they probably lock in some of their profits. But again, still looks like a very ugly head and shoulders. Very ugly. So we'll see. Looks like on the 1 hour, there is an area of interest, probably around here. I like when candles split apart like that. That could be a target right there. And then we get a bounce. We'll see if that actually happens. And our 15-minute is flipping. Actually, let's look at something on the top side. Let's do the 2 hour again. Yeah, that fill right here. That's what I'm thinking. They might come back for that fair value gap. Especially we came real close to the 200 here. If you want to know what happened with a 200, I'm going to point this out on the 1 hour. We had, oops, don't want to move that. We had a nice bounce of the 200 roughly around this area on how the strength of the 200 can happen. That was on the 1 hour. So on the 2 hour, this is the first time it's touching ever since they did that bounce over there, which kind of coincides with that 1 hour. So I'm thinking, could this be another bounce, or is it too soon and this thing just dumps? Well, we got 7 minutes left. Let's double check if there's any news. I did kind of speed into the market. Let's get our bearings. My FX book, one of my faves. Consumer confidence is in 6 minutes. Consumer confidence? There you put in the chat. You tell me how confident are you about the economy? how you living? How's everything affecting you? Wages, income, expenditures, like your groceries, fuel. Do you have confidence in this economy? So what they're projecting is that consumer confidence is going to be about a 100.7. If it ends up being under, then we're probably going to get a little bullish for the dollar, maybe. And the dollar needs some type of catalyst. This thing has been getting its butt whipped for a while. So maybe it's a catalyst. Who knows? Might be the one. All right, let's go back over to the 15-minute. Look how it looks. That's a nice little break to that upside, right? Over in the 5-minute, we got 47 seconds. We might have to go with the upside. We may have to do that. I'm going to get myself ready. What sucks is the consumer confidence is right there around the corner. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with that in itself. Let's go super light. I think I'm going to go super light. Let's get that close below. Close above. That 5-minute does look bullish. Does it have enough power to get through the 200 and everything and maybe retest that downtrend? That's what I'm probably going to be aiming for. We got about 7 seconds, 6, 7 seconds. Let's see what happens. I hate that I can't get my iPad connected. All right, so there we go. P&L is there. Let's see what happens. Looks a little bullish. He's doing a little bit of a dance. Looks like it might not hold. Yeah, it did not hold. I think if it gets inside of that orb, I may close it again. Why did we pull back that quickly? Let's see. It could be a sweep. Yeah, 3 more minutes on this candle, so a lot can happen. It could be the fact that the news is coming out, so that's the reason why we went light. Don't like that. Do not like that. Okay. 200 smooth moving average on a 2 minute. Now the 5 minute is still in a bearish state, but I liked how low of a break this was, so it can keep my stop a little tight. And because I went light, knowing that this can reverse, that's why I'm in the position that I'm in now. I'm just like just watching. I'm gonna give it maybe just a little bit more because I'm thinking it may curl up. Ooh, or not. All right, about 20% loss. Let's just get that out the way because if oh, that's a nice little bounce. Can you get back above? Because this area could be where everybody's putting their orders to try to bounce this back up. That's why I'm kind of pausing here. If it's still red closer to 5 minutes before, maybe like another 30 seconds or so, I may just cut the trade and not let the news beat me up. That level is tough. Got like 30 seconds left. Yeah, I don't like this dance. So let's sit out. We don't have no cushion. I don't like it. And the last thing I want is for some type of surprise. Now this thing could just pop all the way up. I just wanted some cushion if it's gonna pop all the way up. All right, consumer confidence is there. The news is released. This thing just made a lower high on the 5 minute. Let's see if that holds. Because if it creates that lower high, maybe we'll go with the south side of the trade. And maybe we just go right through this orb. Patience, folks. All right, patience. Right now we're down. How's that? Nice. 6 times 3 is like $18 or so. Yeah, 18-20 bucks. Very toppy on these wicks on the 5 minute. Let's come up to the 15 minute. I'm curious of what's going on there. Bullish divergence right here. We kind of forcing on this 5 minute. Might give a pop unless they flip this whole entire thing and liquidate all the bulls here, and then we just go straight through their fair value gap. That's probably what I'll probably lean to. We got like 13 minutes into that, so let's see that 5 minute again. Interesting. 1 hour. 1 hour is still in the bearish state. 2 hour. Two hours still in the bearish state too. So is this 2 hours strong enough to keep on going that way, or are they going to use this to recapture this wick? Sitting around top of the orb. We'll see. And the market's still deciding what it's trying to do. 2 minutes left. Oh, let me shut down my Discord so that way the Discord noises don't annoy y'all. Alright, let me go ahead and get rid of the P&L screen. There is no need for that because we are not in anything. You see these violent sells? Like it's like the upsides are like pushing up and then they're just jamming it right back down again. There goes our lower high. Let me see, did I get any other alerts? No, just same old, same old. See if I can get something on my 45. Now we're back inside the range. We got 56 seconds. Did they keep it inside the range? Well, we tested this support over and over again. This thing might just fall right through. They didn't make it. They didn't let that thing get too deep in there. There's that 26 seconds left. Can they recapture and keep it above the orb? Look like that's the dance they're gonna try to do. Got 15 seconds left. All right, so we closed above it again, so this may give another pop up. Oh, did that just make a lower high again? Oh, Look at that. That 5 minute looks like it is getting some extreme pressure right there. Patience, folks. Patience. The reason I haven't jumped in, especially after that last one, is that I want to see it at least break that previous wick with this nice little support. Because right now we're just wedging here, right? Making higher lows while making lower highs at the same time. So it's a battle between the bears and the bulls. And if you want to get hurt, you play with them, or you just stay on the side of the winning side. All right, bulls are starting to try to take control. Let me copy this trade again, because this might be where we go again. Let's save that and save. See what happens. It's almost 10:15, so we may not get a play during the live floor, but we probably consolidate, because I've seen this happen a couple times when I do this with y'all. We consolidate, and then later on in the afternoon it makes a better move. So we could be just building positions here, and then you're going to get a true or breakout later on. So I would suggest try to sit on your hands on this one. Doesn't look like they really are taking control on this upper side, and they could be just building up a position to just get through this fair value gap, and that's what I'm a little fearful of. Because all this momentum that the MACD is like, hey, we're wide open, we're going up, and all this stuff, it's basically telling me that, yeah, we're wide open going up, and the stochastic's up here, but the stochastic's already done with its part. Where are you, MACD? You barely at the zero line. So that's the danger part of it. Look at that. That is just the most amazing thing. And this is why I said just be careful with this chart. Look at that. Boom. I took one shot already. I might as well wait for the breakout of this consolidation that's happening, because I end up being in the mix of that consolidation. Look at that. That is pretty. That is a pretty symmetrical. Mm. And then there's the reverse. You see? Wham. Right back into the reversal. They're liquidating people. The ones that's stepping in right now. Probably got ourselves like a block. It might be right here on this 5 minute, where the block is this here. And we're probably playing right into it. So we need to blast right through this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's the block they're looking at. Oof. Wow. It was. I thought it was gonna be that. I thought it's finally gonna make that breakout. Mm-hmm. The good thing is to be on the bullish side. It is mostly green, right? So I'm probably gonna wait for this 5 minute to close. Probably get another pullback into it, and then we get a nice little momentum up. That's what I think will happen, because this thing looks like it's gonna finish as a green candle. All right, here comes a little bit of a pullback. Can we get through it? That looks like a going through. Now this one's a little bit riskier because what I'm doing is looking for them to get through the block here because they've accumulated all this here. Now the question is, does it get past here? If this thing doesn't get past here with some strength, then that means there's gonna be some question marks here, and then I'll just get out of the trade. But you want to see? Yep, there goes that pop, and I was looking for that pop there. Let's get that. Come on, hold that bad boy. Hold that bad boy. Oh, I did not adjust that leverage. Boom. You know what? Let me just sit with what I have right now. Boom. Let me go ahead and lock in on my future side in like a few seconds. Come on, baby. Give it that one more leg. We've been dancing here, and you're in the fair value gap. Get the rest of that fair value gap. Nope. It says no, we're not. Oh, yeah. I wanted it to close above it, and I did not want to take the risk on that for my future side. But the stocks and option, I think I'll be okay holding on to that. I wanted to play it all the way into that fair value gap. That was a good explosion there. Good explosion. So you could see soda pop, soda pop, soda pop, soda pop. Just literally shake, 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 and then explode. It only gave me like about 30 ticks. I was looking for more. I might look for another spot, assuming that this order block is the area that they want to kind of dance. I'm being real patient because I think we're going to just play to the upside for the rest of the day on these stocks and options. Did you build your base? Yep, I think you build your base. That did not work out the way I wanted it. There we go. I think they touched the 200. Don't sandwich me. Do not sandwich me. Come on, get all of it. Get all of it. We built up the base. 5 minute got a minute and 43 seconds, so that's why it's going to be so choppy here. And I didn't get the best position on this one for the futures. You see, they keep on hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, hitting it. I think I could probably get a better spot if I just, yeah, they toying with it. Let me get out of that. So I had 20 ticks on that one, then 20 ticks went back the other way. So I think they're just like slamming it a little bit, knowing that the 5 minute has a little bit more time to kind of give back. So we'll see if they can recapture it. Oof, what a sell right there. But I really think this is the order block that they're toying with. So we might be able to get back up above there. Yeah. This was a very hard. If you were able to kind of hold on through all of this before that breakout, you would be kind of sitting a little pretty. The problem is the 5 minute is in its bearish state. That's the problem that we're having here. I do think actually I didn't even look at the consumer confidence. Let's look at the consumer confidence. Yeah, like I said, it is bearish, bullish for the dollar. So that's probably why we kind of having this back and forth a little bit. New 5 minute candle is bullish so far. Then they're gonna try to make a lower high here, but I think we got a little bit more upside in it's all said and done, and they're gonna try to probably like toy with it a little bit before they do that, because we're in that block. See if they can recapture that wick and then get into the 200. We'll see. I'm looking for a nice pop through here, and that we're accumulating right on that block. Now, blocks are very subjective. I have multiple ways of looking at order blocks. This one kind of looks good for it, and I'm going to risk 31 to see. I was curious if it was going to actually give me that, because it was trying to push up, but I want to see a lower high into a higher high here. All right. It's probably going to be a choppy market. I'm still in my option. I haven't added to it because I'm waiting for some type of confirmation that would let me add. So we'll just have that 3 there. It's at 10:15. Like I said, we're probably going to do some dancing and some consolidation, which is what the market tends to do here and there sometimes. And they probably just came for a specific level, which I'm looking at now. 19,600 is the tough area, so they're trying to make sure they do not get past there again. I don't know, possibly. That said, today's orb was probably not the best, not in the best situation, but we minimized our losses. So I'm like down like $20 now, plus the other 20 from earlier. I'm going to see this until it comes back into this range. If it comes to the range, then I'll get out of it. Yeah, they're taking out that low. They did. They took that low out. So they're going to see if they can stay inside the block. I don't know. The Bulls couldn't really do the dance. Consumer confidence is bearish for. I'm bullish for the dollar. That could make the market really drop. Make cheaper Nvidia positions. That's a possibility. I like we're turning it back green again. We'll give it to this 5-minute candle closes, and then we'll probably tap out here. Again, I would like to say I apologize for running a little late and I didn't get y'all kind of started the way I want to. A nice pickup there. I think they're going to make a higher high here. So they're going to get a pullback, and I'll probably play this in the futures here. You know, I apologize for that, but you know, life is, you know, there's nothing you can really control. I wish I could tell every green light, kind of like Bruce Almighty, and just have them all go green for me, but it doesn't happen that way. I don't have that magic trick. I want to say thank you to everybody. The September camp is already listed. You can do your purchase for the September camp on my website. Go ahead and click that. Also, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, do that as well as JD_the_grade. And thank you for liking and subscribing this video every time that I do this. I'll see y'all tomorrow again. And Lord willing, it's going to be 2 at 9:15 on time. So that way I won't have y'all, you know, waiting like 25 minutes before it's all started. All right. So that said, let me go ahead and let y'all go. Y'all enjoy the rest of the day. Choppy early, choppy open. Maybe give us a nice explosion towards the end of the day. Good luck, everyone. Have a great day.